Welcome back to our weekly artist spotlight here on Sacramento Smooth Jazz. I'm your host, Michael Andrews, and today we are shining a light on the Smooth Jazz Alley from the San Francisco Bay Area. This dynamic trio featuring keyboardist Marco Montoya, drummer Kevin Lewis, and saxophonist Otwe Mori. Their latest EP, Here's the Thing, showcases collaborations with amazing artists like Blake Aaron, Chris Camozzi, and Nathan East. And they're known for their seamless blend of jazz, R&B, funk, and soul. The Smooth Jazz Alley delivers a beautiful sound that resonates with fans and newcomers alike. So stay tuned as we dive into their journey. They'll share some stories, of course, and we'll enjoy some of their music. So welcome, the Smooth Jazz Alley. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Thanks for having us.
So we have Marco Montoya and saxophonist Otwe Mori today. Kevin is out and about right now taking care of some business because you guys have some things coming up. We'll talk about that. So we have Marco. How you doing, Marco? Keyboardist for the Smooth Jazz Alley. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, and we got saxophonist Otwe Mori. How you doing, Otwe?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting us.
Absolutely. We've talked quite a bit. We've seen each other out and about quite a bit. So I just look at you guys as, we're just having a conversation in the living room right now, basically. That's the kind of atmosphere that we have. Love you guys' music. We want to definitely talk about that. So, welcome again. Now, Marco, I know the story, but a lot of people don't know. So you're the keyboardist. And I remember when I first heard about you guys, and I was like, man, this music is really good. And I heard some salsa flair in that. I'm like, ooh, wait a minute. I hear some salsa in this. And when I inquired, you responded right away, and we just hit it off real nicely and got to know more about the music and things of that nature. So how did you get started playing the keyboards, man? What's going on?
Oh, man, I got started years ago. My first band was a Latin band. My mom ambushed me with some dude that was looking for a keyboardist. I wasn't even looking to do anything. So I started learning a lot of tropical music, salsa, cumbia, merengue, cha-cha, all that stuff. And ended up playing with, landing in salsa. And I've been playing salsa for many years, so with a lot of the bands here in the Bay Area. But, I also grew up listening to pop, R&B, and smooth jazz that I was introduced to back when I was 16. Buddy of mine, Ken, we'd hook up a bunch of keyboards and, make videos and just play all the songs that we heard on the radio. And that's kind of how I started doing all that, and it wasn't something I've always played, R&B, smooth jazz. I've always liked that genre. I've never really done anything until now. So, the first album that I came out with my former partner, Stan Evans, was 10 years in the making. I was like going through all this recording gear and stuff, and we didn't have any timeline. We were just throwing a CD together. And when one of the songs got on the radio, I was like, oh crap, oops, can I say that? Our music's on the radio, And so, he ended up leaving the project, and I was introduced to Kevin Lewis by guitarist Joel Del Rosario, who I had contacted to start working on the second project. Kevin kind of came in early in that project, and the rest was history with Kevin and I. He was able to get some amazing guest artists to appear on some of these tracks, and Kevin was the one who was like, man, you should throw some of that salsa flavor up in this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not really, I wasn't feeling like mixing the genres and stuff like that. And so, I did it with Let's Ride. And, he was like, oh, man, no, people are going to love that. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling that, And he's like, no, it sounds really good. And that ended up being the first song we took to radio, which did very well. I think now it's getting close to 1 million streams since we released that on Spotify. So it's done very well. So now that's kind of one of the things that we do on tracks where it seems like it might fit. So you're going to hear some of that flavor, on a couple of the other tracks, EBF and also on the latest EP, Here's the Thing.
I think people need to listen to that Let's Ride because it's a fabulous track, but it's a fabulous album all the way around. And that's how I got to know you guys because listening to that, I'm like, I really enjoyed the arrangement. But then I heard some of that salsa flair. I said, whoa, this is nice. So the combination, I'm glad Kevin talked you into it because it's really, really nice. So for those of you who love jazz and you like some salsa too, a little flair, I'm just saying, check that out all the way around. Now, you brought on Otwe a couple years ago. Now, Otwe, what's it like Because to me, and a lot of other folks have said it too, that she brings a freshness to the group. Not to say that you guys are anything stale or anything, but you know, she's high energy with that sax. Otaway, talk to me. You know, what was it like working with these guys?
Oh my gosh. I was a big fan of Smooth Jazz Alley. And then I knew about Kevin and Malcolm. And then I was listening to their music for a long time. And then finally I got that position and as a member. And I'm so excited. Yeah, I really wanted to bring my sound, like little funky taste, my sound to the Smooth Jazz Alley. Like, you know, Marco brought salsa taste and it's a beautiful mixture, right? Like many genres gets beautiful music. I don't know how can I explain, but I really want it to do it that way.
You know, seeing you perform, you know, I've seen you perform when you were just backing up some other folks, and I happened to be in Elk Grove last year, and I saw you, and people were just amazed because here you are, that saxophone, you and that saxophone is about the same height. You know, you know.
I'm sure. Yes.
But however, yes, and I would say that you pack a punch, and everybody was just rocking out to what you were doing because you had so much energy. And I got it on video, so for those of you who want to see, you're going to have to go to our Instagram page. Go down a few pages, you know, you'll see she's in green and she is laying it out. So Otaway, you bring some freshness for sure into it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Now, your latest EP right now, guys, here's the thing. You know, you guys are featuring collaborations with Blake Aaron, Nathan East. I mean, you know, of course you got Chris Camozzi. How did that collaboration, how did they work out? Because these are some notable individuals here.
Well, you know, on the second album, Kevin was involved in, actually, when he came in to be involved on that second album, it was kind of him getting his feet wet, just kind of reaching out to artists that he thought might be a good fit for each track that we have a special appearance on. And I think in doing that, we actually created a list, like, okay, who would we want to work with in the future? I'm very organized, you know, being in the legal field. So I've got like, okay, category of saxes, boom. What sax artists would we love to work with, you know? And this was before Otaway, of course. Same thing with guitarists and then bass players. And so we actually created a list, and I'm like, okay, when we actually started listening to the tracks when, you know, they were in their infancy, it's like, who do you think about getting on this track? And we kind of think about it. And so, you know, with Deep Into You, that was a very important track for us because it was in essence Otaway's coming out track with the Smooth Jazz Alley. So we wanted to get a big name. I'll let you know, we were toying around with a couple of different names. And then I remember we were in the studio, and I was like, man, you know what I keep seeing on the charts, man? But this Blake Aaron, man, he's been around for a while. He's got a lot of good music, and he's just all over the place right now. That's how we came up with that idea. And then Kevin reached out to him, you know, I think through social media. Hey, you know, we'd love to have you on a featured track. He introduced himself to everything, and the rest was history. You know, Blake heard the track. He loved the track. You can actually hear their chemistry between Otaway and Blake trading back and forth between leads, and it's an amazing track. That was a very special track for us, just because, like I said, it was Otaway's coming out, and, you know, it did very well on radio, and it's another, you know, high streaming song of ours on this EP. You know, with Nathan East, we were walking around at the NAMM show in Anaheim, and Kevin was like, oh my God, there's Nathan East. I'm like, huh? I wasn't even looking. I mean, that place is so insane as it is.
Right.
He was actually talking to, I think it was Lee Rittenauer, and Kevin was like, man, let's just wait. I got to talk to this guy. We got to get him on the track. I don't know what track, and we didn't know at that time. I got to get him on the track. Okay. So, you know, we ended up talking to him there. We got his information. And then our producer, who produces some of our songs, had actually produced that track, and Kevin was like, that's the one we're going to get Nathan on. So he called him up. Now, that took about a year to happen.
Right.
Yeah, it was so worth the wait, Max. That track is just so lush and everything. And we got his vocals on there, too. That was a bonus. I mean, it's just, I did not expect that track to come out like that. But yeah, nice. I mean, he kind of just reaches out to, you know, who we think would be a good fit on the track. You know, Chris Camozzi was somebody we have been talking about for a while. And we had recently obtained his contact information through another artist who I accidentally stumbled on, and I was like, oh no, Chris Camozzi, you know? So I reached out to that artist and I was like, hey, we'd really love to work with Chris. You know, is there any way you can put us in contact? And the rest was history. We got his email and he loved the track that he was on. Here's the thing. So it's kind of like, you know, you just kind of reach out to them. You know, some artists won't get back to you, and that's fine. But the ones that are willing to work with us, we're like, hey, you know, let's just develop a rapport. Let's see what kind of magic we can have happen on a track. And that's kind of how it's been. It's been pretty consistent and flowing, especially with this EP and even on the next project that we're working on right now. It's a lot of fun, man. We're just having a really good time.
There's another track on there that you guys invited another saxophonist to play with Otway. And it's a really nice one. I was talking with Kevin about that some months ago, and I was like, man, what was the idea with your track called Party? What's that about? And he said, yeah, he was saying, yeah, it's about, you know, playing dominoes in the back. You're at home, you're playing cards, you're playing dominoes. That's the feel, that's the vibe. I'm like, really? And then listening to it, I go, I get it. So Otway, what was it like, you know, working with Wakana?
Oh, that was amazing. Wakana made her melody on the track. It's so beautiful. I like it. And then Kevin and Marco had some idea. I put some solo on the track and then also part of the melody though. It's same saxophone we are playing, but sound is different, right? So I have so much fun time on the track. Just, you know, Wakana's beautiful sound and then my sound on it. It was very nice combination. I think, yeah, it was a great track. I'm so fortunate.
The combination between you two, both of the saxophones, is really nice. So I really liked the arrangement on that. So I thought that was very creative overall. Now, you guys are going to be performing June 2nd at the Taste of Jazz Festival in Stockton. What can a listener look forward to in watching you guys?
Well, we're going to be playing a couple songs from all three albums, actually. Some of these we're playing for the first time. We created this most recent EP during the pandemic. So we'll be performing that for the first time. And we had just gone to radio with the second CD right before the pandemic. We were fortunate to be able to perform some of those at Blue Note in Napa last time we were there. I think it was 2019, which, by the way, we're in the works to go back there again. We just found out today, so we're really excited about that. It's going to be a nice blend of all three albums. We're going to be performing also our most recent single that's at radio, Brisa Del Mar, featuring Jessie J. And so we're excited about that. I mean, it's just, you know, to be able to now finally get out and perform, you know, some of this music just feels great. I feel like we've been waiting for it for a while, and we were asked to do this festival. We got super excited, and we're finally able to perform this stuff. And we've also got some other dates also. I mean, you can check our website at smoothjazzalley.com. Yeah, we're really looking forward to Stockton, and there's going to be a lot of good artists there. The lineup on both Saturday and Sunday, they look amazing, man.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate to be part of this event.
So folks can reach you by going, you said smoothjazzalley.com? What you said?
Yeah, smoothjazzalley.com.
What about social media? You on there as well?
Yeah, you know, you can look us up on Instagram, Smooth Jazz Alley, also on Facebook. Smooth Jazz Alley. Yeah, we'll pop right up. You'll see our artist page on there. X, we're also on there as well. Just search for Smooth Jazz Alley.
Excellent. Okay. Now, before we go, you know, I want our listeners to hear one of your tracks. I want you to talk about the track, who's on it, what inspired this particular track. Whatever you choose, what we're playing. So, what you have for the listeners? What do you want them to hear?
Otway,
Marco.
Let's let Otway pick.
Any song?
Any song, yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you party? And just talk about
party.
Okay.
Come on now.
There we go.
And I just happen to have that in rotation already. So even
we appreciate the love.
Right, because I think I might be ahead of the radio promoters. You know, I'm like, listen, I like this one. It's a really nice one. So party. Okay, folks. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Looking forward to having you or seeing you at the Taste of Jazz Festival in Stockton on June 2nd. That event's going on 2 days, but you guys will be there on the second day. And I want to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here's Party from the Smooth Jazz Alley right here on Sacramento Smooth Jazz. Thanks again, folks. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to Sacramento Smooth Jazz. To continue listening to Smooth Jazz 24/7, follow Sac Smooth Jazz on social media and listen by going to sacsmoothjazz.fm.